Mr. President, there's a motion in front of the body, and I've requested absentees. There needs to be a voice vote, Mr. President, on that motion.
The Secretary will close the roll.
Mr. President, point of order.
There being
Mr. President, point of order.
18 ayes
Under Rule
and
41.
Mr. President, point of order.
Mr. President, point of order.
Mr. President, point of order.
Mr. President, follow the rules.
We have rules.
Follow the rules.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, follow the rules.
We will not stand for this.
Mr. Point of order.
Mr. President, under Section 581,
Point
you as the President.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Constitution has rules.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Point of order.
You must abide by the rules, Mr. President.
Mr. President, point of order.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, point of order. Hear what's going on. You need to follow the rules. We don't even know what's going on. Follow the rules. Point of order. You are out of order. You should not be here. What are you doing? You are not playing the Senate. You're not representing the people of the Senate or the state of Minnesota. Point of order.
President.
Mr. President. Point of order. Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President, you need to follow the rules. You're not following the rules. You're breaking the rules. This is the worst banana report we've ever seen in the history of the Senate. Mr. President, you follow the rules. Mr. President. Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President. Point of order.
Point of order.
Mr. President. Point of order. Point of order. Mr.
Mr. President.
Mr. Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. President. Follow the rules. Point gotta follow the rules. It's that simple. Mr. President, follow the rules. Mr. President, follow the rules.
Mr.
Mr. President, follow the rules. Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President.
Mr. President, point of order.
Mr. President, point of order.
This is the problem when you don't follow the rules all the time.
Point of order. Mr. President, I have a point of order under Mason
President.
Section
For
576.
those voting pursuant
Mr.
to
President,
you gotta
President.
follow the rules.
We don't know what the rules are. Follow the rules. Mr. President, point of order. Follow the rules. We want a point of order.
Mr. President, you got to follow.
Mr. President, we have rules. We must follow them. Point of order. Mr. President, we want point of order. President, point of order. Once you break them, there's no rules to follow.
Mr. President, you must abide by the rules of the Senate.
Equal and fair to both parties, then there's no rules. Point of order. Point of order. There is no rules if you don't follow them yourself. Point of order. President, point of order. The rules are broken. There's no rules. We can't point of order, Mr. President. Mr. President, point of order. We don't know what's before us. We don't know what's that point of order. Mr. President, point of order. We don't have authority. We don't have a brother vote on it. We don't know what the rules are right now. Mr. President, you're invited. Mr. President, rules are there to also protect the minority views, Mr. President. Mr. Point of order. Point of order. You have to follow the rules, both majority and minority, Mr. President.
These are the rules.
Standard Mr. President, for both members shall adhere to the highest standard of ethical conduct as embodied in the
Mr. President,
you have state law on these rules. The members shall not publish or distribute written material.
right here. Mr. President,
If the member knows or has reason to know that the material includes statements from improper conduct or misconduct that violates a rule,
Mr. President,
administrative policy of the Senate that violates the House policy of the Senate, that betrays the public trust or that table, bring Senate into disorder. Your motions right now are bringing the Senate into dishonor and disrespect right now because you're not following the rules. This parliamentary inquiry.
Point of order under 5 seconds.
President, over here. Point of order.
That means you too.
Mr. President.
I'm standing.
Mr. President.
Everyone
Mr. President.
Mr.
Mr. President.
Mr.
Point of order.
Point of
Parliamentary
order.
inquiry.
President.
Bill.
Point of order. Gives you that authority.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. President. Point of order.
President.
Which rule gives you the authority? Point of order.
Violation of
Point of
the rule.
order.
President.
Mr. President. Point of order. Mr. President, you are out of order.
Order.
And then things like this don't happen. President, call on one of us. Majority and minority. President, call on one of us.
Point of order.
To lay the bill.
Mr. President.
President, call on one of us. I don't even know. I can't hear.
Point of order, Mr.
Can you please
President.
tell me what's happening? I don't. There's a bill on the board and everyone's
Mr.
voting yes, and we don't know what's going
Mr.
on.
President.
Point of
Can you please
order.
tell me?
The motion that's
Mr.
on.
President.
Mr. President, Mr. President, we have members in the chamber that you need to tell them what's on the board because he needs to know what he's voting on. This is violating his human rights.
Mr. President, you must follow the rules. Follow the rules.
Masons, I still have the floor.
Mr. President, point of order.
This does not serve
Mr. President, I have a point of parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. President.
You are out of line, Mr. President. You can't be doing this.
You're making democracy.
Mr. President, what rules are we following right now, Mr. President?
Of Minnesota.
You are silencing.
This is not Russia. This is communism. We
President,
live in America.
President,
You should learn that.
Mr. President, we will not
Mr.
stand
President, you're out of order.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
This is a banana court. This is not how we do this. This is not how rules are made. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
President.
Motion is to adjourn.
Mr. President, point of order.
We have a constitution and we're not following it.
Mr. President,
The Secretary will read the message.
Mr. President, I have a point of parliamentary inquiry. Mr. President.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, Senator Morrison, you have a question.
Motion is to adjourn.
Senator
President, what's going on
your
here?
question, is this how you will be in Congress by shutting down half the voices of the people?
Mr. President, you
Mr.
must follow the
President, Senator Warren has yielded your question. Is this how you will represent the people in Congress by shutting down half the voices of the American people?
Mr. President. I still have
Mr. President,
I have a motion.
Senator Morrison, you
Mr. President.
Under
Mr. President. We're not even going to debate or discuss a bill. motion is
Individuals have the president the opportunity to attack and participate in the deliberations of the disappointing rules.
Look what you've done to the state!
The motion
unbelievable.
This is a mistake.
This is a disgrace to the institution, a disgrace to the Minnesota Senate, a disgrace to the people of Minnesota. Mr. President, you should be ashamed. This is not how we act in the Minnesota Senate.
Mr. President.
Votes aye.
Mr. President.
The majority party should be ashamed of how they're acting. Minnesota deserve better. Mr. President, the people of Minnesota deserve better than this. You know better.
Mr. President,
Point of order. Mr. President, point of order. This is a disgrace to the
Mr. President.
You are silencing Mr. President.
People of Minnesota have no idea what's being voted on. This is a shame! This is a shame!
Nothing but chaos. Everybody just
Mr. President,
Mr. President.
Point of order.
Mr. President, are you going to you repeat the question?
Mr. President, since we're doing all this, can we also pass sports betting?
Mr. President, point of parliamentary inquiry. What motion are we on?
Improper conduct includes conduct that violates the rules. Check your rules. That violates acceptable rules of Senate behavior that betrays the public trust.
Mr. President, you unilateral government.
What a disaster. What a disgrace.
Constitution to follow.
It's a great way to silence the minority party. Are you kidding me right now?
Anything you try to pass, I call a point of order, Mr. President. Point of order. Point of order.
Minnesota,
President, point of order. President, we are point of order. Point of Article 4, Section 6. Point of order. Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President, point of order. Article 4, Section 17. Mr. President, point of order. Bills have to apply the rules. To the majority. Mr. President, the majority. Not arbitrary. You don't get to pick the two. When you apply them, Mr. President,
this is on you.
leadership willing to do. I'd like to make a motion to refer the resolution may be referred to a committee at any time.
What a disgrace to Minnesota.
Which one?
What a great way to silence the The President shall discern the questions before taking the vote.
I move to Mr. President.
Vote for the party only. This is the question before taking the vote. The President shall declare the result of the vote. Remember, questions are the result of the vote. The President shall order the business. The President shall state the question before taking the vote. President shall declare the result of the vote. If a member of question we've never seen somebody try to violate the rules like this. Mr. President, never seen this before. President ignoring the rules. Point of order. Unbelievable. Shameful, Mr. President. Point of order. Mr. President, this is what we get when we try to work work with the terms of order. This is how they pass this. We're not following the rules.
Mr. President.
Minnesotans deserve better than this.
Ignoring the rules.
And anytime you start a
This is what happens when rules are
remember the rules.
no rules.
Must be entered in the journal. That's
You don't get the next choice.
It's being a roll call vote.
Because we're going to
Electoral process.
preside over the rules. Doesn't mean you get to decide the rules to apply. Mr. President, do the right thing.
Minnesota are watching this.
The President shall distinctly state the question before taking the vote. The President shall declare the results of the vote and remember questions the result of the vote. Has the right order of this, Mr. President?
Absolutely not.
The people deserve better.
We are against standards of ethical conduct in the Senate. Improper conduct includes conduct that violates the rule or administrative policy.
Minority has a view, President.
Point of order.
Minority has
I
rights.
make the motion to adjourn signing aye, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
Improper conduct includes conduct that violates the rules or administrative policy in the Senate. That violates the Senate's normal president demonstrates the public trust or that
listen to ignore minority This is what happens when you treat people so unfair, Mr. President. You and the Democrat leadership
members are here for the highest standard of ethical conduct embodied in the Minnesota Constitution, state laws, and these rules. Mr. President, I make the motion to adjourn signing aye, Mr. President.
Mr. President. Mr. President, even though the vote just passed.
Mr. President, there's a motion to adjourn signing aye, Mr. President. That's the highest motion. We must uphold that, Mr. President.
Senator Dames, would you yield for a question? Mr. President,
Against standard passed bill, page 36, standards of ethical conduct.
Mr. President,
Improper conduct includes conduct that violates the rules of administrative policy in the Senate. We are violating administrative rules right now by not following the rules.
not at all.
That violates accepted norms of state and Senate behavior. This is not normal. It shouldn't be accepted. We cannot accept what you are doing. This is bastardizing our Constitution and the rules of law. Public trust, I don't know what does it. No one's ever going to trust anybody on their laws of hand if we can't follow the rules within our attempts to bring the Senate to this review. Mr. President, I make the motion to adjourn signing aye, Mr. President.
Mr. President, point of order. Their views as the majority.
What is the
Just trample over all of those by picking and choosing and arbitrarily deciding which ones you're going to use, which ones is no over the minority. That's what's going on here, Mr. President. The public needs to know. Rules to not follow, even though the President,
I have a point of parliamentary Mr. President, I wish to be recognized.
not over the minority just because you're the President.
Mr. President.
77 senators for the election.
And use the
Point of order, Mr. What we have the right to rules apply to every one of us. Rarely.
Mr. President, there's been a motion to adjourn signing aye. That must be upheld. We must take that vote right now, Mr. President.
People of Minnesota.
Unbelievable, Mr. President.
And we will be here for
Right
another
before
10
rules
minutes,
don't
Mr.
matter.
President.
You took it off, Mr. President.
Mr. President, point of order. Point of parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President. I'd kind of like to know how I lost the floor on that debate. Can you help me with that? Mr. President, can you help me with that parliamentary inquiry? I had the floor. What happened?
I'll be happy to talk to you about it if you really want to talk about it after. But it seems really interesting
Well,
to
it's
me
sure-
that you now want to talk about it, which I don't mind because tensions are always high. As a person who sits here, when there's something that comes up, we deal with it in real time. So I'll be happy to talk with you about it, Senator Howe, if you're really serious.
But I am, but because I never relinquished the floor, Mr. President. And if we
Sir?
can have this, everyone should know how this transpired because I never gave up the floor. That should have
Senator.
came right back to me, Mr. President, under Mason's Rule 90.
Senator, we'll certainly talk about it later because right now is not the time.